Hello everybody and welcome back to Birch-Koala Commentaries Run of Pokemon Yellow. This is DoctorJhonReborn.
And I'm Shank02.
And we are back to commentating, baby. This time me being in a completely new location. And today's schedule is checking down the town of Cerulean City. God damn it, sampling already. That's a new record. So yeah, in the previous episode we after a bit of a meaty part managed to actually get through the goddamn Mount Moon, our first dungeon of the game, and now am arrived into this town of Cerulean City, which, surprise surprise, is colored blue. Kinda interesting how every single town in Kanto region has a color name. 1 million Pokégems for a bike? Holy shit. Public transportation must suck in this universe. Jesus Christ.
Don't worry, it gets better in the later gens. You get a bike for free.
Yep. Well, technically you can get the bike free in this generation, but you just have to work for it a little bit.
Yeah.
In the later generations, they just... My favorite has to be like Generation 5, because all you have to do is to arrive into this big city and this clown at the entrance just says, "Hey kid, you wanna have a bike? Here, have a bike."
Oh, what?
Have you played Generation 5 much recently or anything? Because at least in Pokemon White 2 and Black 2, if you go to Castelia City, there's this like gesture or clown thing at the entrance of the city, and he comes up to you and he gives you the bike.
Huh. Yeah, I remember playing Black and White and Black and White 2, but yeah, like that just... Like, I didn't even remember that part.
Yeah, that's basically my favorite, because they just hand it to you so quickly. And here, we can get a new Pokemon Bulbasaur, but in order to get, we have to be nice. And here's the quick way to do it. And honest to God, I did not know this would actually work for the longest time. All you have to do is just about give Pikachu potion 5 times when he's at full health, and he's such a happy little fellow, and after that you can get this Bulbasaur, assuming you have 1 slot free in your party. For the longest time I thought the only way to get Pikachu happy enough to get this fucking thing was to pretty much solo Misty using only Pikachu, and because of that, trust me, some of my first times with this game was freaking hell when it got to this part. Because I seriously did not know that Pikachu's happiness could be raised just by chucking potions at him, and no, I have no clever reason for that nickname, I was just fucking lazy.
And I thought you were gonna name him Bubbazilla.
Fuck, that would have been good. Well, that's what you get. But anywho, yeah, we got a Bulbasaur. Technically my second favorite starter of the Kanto region, if I'm gonna be perfectly honest. My favorite is always Squirtle. Just simply because I fucking love Blastoise. As for Charizard line, I'm sorry, I just think that son of a bitch is overrated, and I have a bit of a edit slip up on my part. Or I forgot to edit this trip to the Poké Center, so yeah. Sorry about that, but anywho, decided to put Harkinian on a hold for a little bit, because I don't wanna have like one of my Pokemons become way over leveled when compared to all the others, so I'm putting him on hold and I'm going up to train in these guys. For a certain battle will be commencing in just in a few minutes in this part, but first let's go to dispatch progress and also see if we can capture anything new for our team. And look and behold, a pissed off ape.
No, we're not that far yet.
Yeah, technically, you can actually
when he
capture...
becomes a primate, yeah, he's pissed off.
Oh, monkey! Oh, look at those eyes! This thing is still... Even as a monkey, this thing is pissed off.
And the son of a bitch stole Ash's cap.
Yeah, actually in the anime, I think like most of the monkeys, they were fucking dickheads. Especially the fucking Ash's primate. That thing just... Right, that thing needed freaking therapy. But anywho, monkeys, you could actually capture these things as early as in the patch of grass, just
Out of Cerulean City?
yeah, onto the west of Cerulean City, just around the way where the Elite or the Indigo League is actually located. You could actually capture these from there, but I didn't capture one. I didn't capture one from there because I decided to capture our fantastic member of our team from that patch of grass. But this was actually a rather good catch at this point too, because he's gonna make this upcoming main trainer fight a little bit easier in terms of view of the Pokemons we are gonna face in that fight. And cheap edit out because I had trouble deciding on the name, but in the end I decided to go with this one. And if you get the reference, then good for you.
Hippo. Nah. The reference doesn't catch me.
Okay, well, I'm not gonna spoil it because God help us if we actually ever get some comments upon this video. I'm sure they're gonna fill everybody in. But yeah, anywho, I decided to do a little bit of a training montage in between recordings and decided to get everyone just about around level 14, because that's kind of a good level to get them up at this point, because the rest of the level cap that we will be needing against Misty, we can kinda catch up with the trainer battles in this area.
Yeah.
And this guy here can give you some information about the gym leader badges, should you want to. Actually, something about the... I don't know, did I already cover this during the Brock fight, but this is the only generation where the badges do actually affect your stats a little bit. The Boulder Badge boosts up defense, and on top of my head I don't remember what Misty's badge gives you, but I'm sure it did boost something. If not that, then it just increases the level where your Pokemon will obey you. Anywho, look who it is. Nutball. Strong and smart Pokemon, huh? Okay, Jackass, let's see what you've got. Oh, strong and smart Pokemon, huh? Well, let's see how it likes a little bit of a shock therapy, shall we? But anywho, yeah. This is, I guess you could say, sort of a mini boss in terms of Pokemon. Come on here at Cerulean City, your rival battle, and the only thing difficult with this fight that you may have is just simply that some of his Pokemons are, like Spearow here, are a little bit high level for this point, but other than that, they're nothing too difficult. I would still recommend just stocking up on few potions, just in case if you don't happen to have appropriate Pokemon to counter everything he has at this point. Other than that, he's got a little bit couple of new members. First, because, well, actually we didn't go through that fight we could have had from west of Cerulean City, so technically he has 3 members we haven't seen, one being that Spiro, the Shanshrew, and the third one being Radada. And of course the final one will be his starter, Eevee. Not evolved yet at this point.
If we went out to past Cerulean City going towards the Indigo Plateau, didn't that like change Eevee's evolution thing?
Yeah, it does, because the first 2 battles basically change up how the evolution goes. I think the way it goes is that if you lose both the battle at Oak's Lab and west of Cerulean City, Eevee is going to become Flareon. If you win both of those, it's going to become Jolteon. And if you did like I did, and basically won one of the 2, then Eevee is going to eventually evolve into Vaporeon, a water type which, considering that my starter was an electric type, is pretty freaking nifty. So yeah, if you kinda have memorized like what results in which Eevee evolution, you can easily manipulate the things so that in the later run you are going to have a
upper hand.
Yeah. Basically have a Eevee evolution that you can counter easily. And even if you can't get the Eevee evolution that you would have the upper hand for, it's not too bad, because one of the critiques I have to give for Generation 1 alongside all of the other things I may have mentioned already is that, well, truth to be told, the moveset on like the AI Pokemons aren't exactly the greatest, so it's nothing like the battles in later generation where they are actually really competent. Now, here they're not the best. They can still hurt you, but not as bad as they would have if this was like, I don't know, several years later. And time for yet another montage. Because guess what? It's time for an quote-unquote gauntlet. Then Nugget Bridge. Yeah, I decided to speed it up because these battles take way too fucking long, and technically I have to show them all because they are required battles. Because you cannot skip this fucking section if you wanna head north from here, and it's not like you can just go to Misty and be done with the town, no. Because she's not around until you go up to the north. I think so anyway. I might be mixing that as far as in Generation 2, but if I am, then... well, still, I would still recommend heading north first, just to gain up on some levels. But yeah, Nugget Bridge, nothing but a sort of a gauntlet, in quotations, of trainers. But after each and every battle, it doesn't take really long to just track back to the Pokemon Center and heal up, so yeah, it isn't anything too difficult. Only a couple of these trainers have some really annoying Pokemon, but not anything that should be able to, like, splat out your entire team outright, so... yeah. God damn it, I really don't have much to talk about here because this is basically just what... Yeah, seriously, this is just me beating up the per usual whose set of Pokemon we have already seen. Nidorans, Pigeons, Rats, and whatever the hell there's been in also. Oh yes, and of course, the opposing bats. Oh yes, I actually forgot to mention this, during the Nugget Bridge fight, Bruce actually managed to go up one more level, and he actually gained something useful. Bite.
Ah. I thought for a second there he was about to evolve into Batman.
Not yet, not yet. That's 5 levels away.
Ah.
Yeah, this is the only... That freaking Mankey is the only thing that's kind of dangerous because it's at level 17, so it's kind of high leveled, but outside of that, nothing really to worry about at the Nugget Bridge. And we got a Nugget, which we can easily sell for 5,000 bucket dollars. Hells yeah. And this guy is trying to recruit us to Team Rocket, but seeing how effective, and since I'm just going to make a wild guess that they're not going to be hanging around very long, I don't think so. Alright, let's see. Okay, so you got a snake, and I'm gonna just make a wild guess that your second Pokemon is a bloody rat. Just gonna Leak Seed this son of a bitch. Actually, something about that move, Leak Seed. That's actually kind of an interesting move that at the beginning of the game, it may not seem like so good because it doesn't drain up so much health, but trust me, later down in the road it can actually become really freaking good because it actually does start draining more HP out of Pokemon, because I think it's dependent on how much HP the opposing Pokemon has. So later in the game, when you are going to level or fight against more evolved forms or just higher level opponents, it's gonna be a hell of a lot more effective than it is now.
Huh. Neat.
So it is actually kind of a good move to keep, and also if you can... Ooh, Sleep Powder. Ooh, this is really good. Personally, when it comes to like powder moves, I think Stun Spore and Sleep Powder are personally my favorites, and especially on Butterfree in later generations, because Butterfree gets the ability Compound Ice, which pretty much boosts up the accuracy of the powder moves quite a bit, so they're almost always guaranteed to hit.
I'm amazed you didn't actually swap it out for a Harden.
What?
You still had Harden move on, but free butter there.
Yeah. I'm gonna switch it up sometime later. I just realized that... Well, actually, I just didn't want to give that up because Harden is sort of a nice safe keep move, so we say to keep, and also one of the powder moves Butterfree learns before Stun Spore and Sleep Powder is a Poison Powder, but honestly I really don't like Poison Powder because there's a better poison inflicting moves, and since I'm mostly going to be probably using Butterfree for catching later down in the road during this run, Poison Powder is kind of a risky way to do it.
Huh.
So that's why. And we are pretty much have reached the end of part 5. If I was planning to go all the way up to Bill's house in this recording pod, I decided that, you know what, let's not bore you guys with another freaking 30-minute long part. That's it. This is Birch-Koala crew. Thank you guys for watching, and we hope you enjoyed this new episode. This is DoctorJhonReborn.
And I'm Shank02.
And we shall see you next time. Until then, bye-bye everyone. See yous later.
See yous.